Hi, Blake here, Realtor with Compass and team leader Sherwood and Company. Today I wanted to bring in somebody from the insurance industry to go through the changes that may affect buyers coming in. So, Emily, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, my name is Emily Jordan. I'm with Zellik Insurance in Salem. We are a woman-led independent agency. And yeah, I'm very happy to be here, talk about what's going on in the market and see if we can help people along the way.
Awesome. Let's get right into it. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what's changing in the insurance industry right now?
Yeah, okay, that's a big one. Definitely a lot is changing. I feel like underwriters have definitely done a deep dive. They're changing their guidelines, which means that the criteria that they're looking for in a house has also changed. So they're going to be a bit more nitpicky when it comes to specific aspects of the home, which is why you really want to make sure that you have a really great agent behind you so that they can really navigate the market today and really find the best carrier for the client and for the home.
Awesome. Great answer. So let's look historically versus what's happening maybe in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
What could you see the specific changes being that might affect buyers that are coming into the market, getting offers accepted and closing?
So things that have changed in the market from the past till now is really going to be the condition of the home. So things that they're going to look at is going to be the age of the roof. They're going to look at vegetation. They're going to look at crumbling stairs, siding. Those are going to be big ones, as well as the age of plumbing and electrical. So those are going to be questions that I'll ask, as well as looking on listings, speaking with agents, just to make sure that everything is looking great. If there are things that need to be updated, those are going to be things that you'll want to know ahead of time, because what's happening is 30 to 60 days after closing, which is something that they've been doing, more frequently in the last year or so, is that each carrier is sending their own home inspector out to come and look at the exterior for the most part. And so if there is anything that needs a little bit of work, they're going to flag that and come back to the client and say, hey, these things need to be updated within this specific amount of time. If you have a great agent, sometimes they can come negotiate back and forth, see if they can get you a little bit more time. But it's better to kind of know these things ahead of time so that you can go into this home knowing, is this the right home for us? Do we have enough, in our budget to make these updates? Or is now the time on this home, for these updates, or can we have a little bit more time to do these? So that's kind of what I would say.
So it seems like what I'm hearing from you is buyers are getting properties, they're closing on these properties, getting the policies, and 30 to 60 days after, there's insurance inspectors that are coming through looking at the houses and finding issues that maybe they didn't find at inspection.
Correct.
Or
if they did the inspection.
Or maybe they didn't do the inspection, didn't find anything. I guess from your experience of these inspections, I think you went through all of these, but can you bring up any specific times and what happened and what needed to happen based on a termination?
Absolutely. So roofs is always going to be a big one. Depending on the carrier, some will say the roof has to be 15 years old or less. Some will give you up to 25 years, but it really depends on, is the roof buckling? Is it a flat roof, and what type of material that's made out of? So roof is definitely number one. Normally they'll say, hey, you have about 3 months to get that taken care of. We're in Massachusetts, so weather is definitely going to be a big factor. So that could kind of help us push things out a little bit. But normally they'll say, hey, this is a deal breaker. It is going to, need to be taken care of. And then us as agents, we try and give them suggestions on different vendors that they can use, different roofing companies that can come out and help and get that expedited as quickly as possible while still staying within budget as well.
Sure. I could see this being a big thing that's going to come up in the real estate industry in general.
For sure.
For buyers that may be removing inspections. All right, let's move kind of onto the sell side, prepping for a sale. Because we know that these things are changing and it's happening more often, I guess obviously roofs are important.
Yeah.
So prior to putting a property on market, it's probably going to be smart to evaluate the roof age. Are there other things that they should be going through to see if they should do updates before listing their property?
Absolutely, absolutely. So interior wise, So the age of the roof, age of electrical, and age of plumbing, those are going to be three big things that not only will those possibly bump you back, but also if they're newer, insurance carriers love that. So they'll, give you pretty good discounts on that. So that's something to take a look. But mostly it's the exterior. If there's vegetation that's hanging over, let's say, a garage or part of your roof, they're going to want that taken down, because if there's a big windstorm and that falls right on the roof, that's going to be an issue. So they want to kind of eliminate any liability that's around the house or part of the house, so that, we don't have claims.
Great. Thank you so much, Emily. That was a really good answer. Moving back to buyers. So obviously the condition of the home is something to be concerned about as we look through the property and make offers, and obviously something that can affect after. But let's talk more about what else can affect prices and just a policy for buyers as they go into this process.
Absolutely. So each carrier has their own system on the back end. So sometimes I have clients come up to me and say, hey, my name is so-and-so. We're looking to purchase this address. How much is it going to be? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. We do a very thorough intake where, we ask age, date of birth, obviously, the address of the home, but we'll ask a lot of questions to not only assess liability and risk factors, but also to see if there's any additional discounts that's specific to our agency or specific to you that we can apply. Everyone has their own insurance DNA. So if you filed claims in the past, those are going to follow you as well. The address of the home is definitely going to matter with the square footage and the building materials. Then we're going to have, the zip code is going to matter as well. Let's see, there's so much that goes into it, to be honest.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. Let's move to pricing and how pricing might change this year. Let's just talk about pricing a little bit.
Okay. Pricing is definitely one of the biggest things people ask about, and it's something that comes up a lot upon renewal, where we hear a lot, my policy premium went up. Why? Can we find something else? There's always going to be answers. Obviously, inflation is going to be something that's affecting everyone's policy, and so depending on the carrier, we're seeing increases within a certain range. It's hard to give that range because I feel like it does change. 4 months from now, it may be different. It may go up, it may go down. But it's really because price of goods have gone up to rebuild the home. Values of homes have gone up as well. And so we're seeing that, you may have purchased the home 5 years ago, but now the value of your home has increased. And so that needs to be reflected on the policy as well. So we'll see that increase. Cost of labor has gone up. So if you need work on the home, that's going to add more to it as well. So there's a lot that we're seeing in the market shift, and pricing, it is going to show up on your policy. We want to make sure that when you come to us, and price is really number one, that we start from the beginning. We want to do that full intake again. We want to put it through all of our carriers if you're working with an independent agency. And then from there, we price it out, but it's all about education and customization. We'll go through line by line exactly what all the limits mean, what all the endorsements mean. And you may have, as a first-time home buyer, taken that whole package and said, because this is a new home, we don't know what to expect when we move in. But 3 years down the line, you may say, hey, we know kind of the aches and pains of the home. We may not need some of these endorsements. And so maybe we can pull back on that. Or maybe we do need to add. So it's all about customization and having that conversation, and not just handing a client a policy and say, hey, this is what you need. It's really about the education so that you feel confident in the policy that you have of what's in there as well as what's not. So
awesome. I think that leads right into the next question of, there's a lot of different insurance agencies out there. A lot of them are online, some of them are local.
Yeah.
When people are shopping around for different insurance agents, different insurance policies, can you kind of give the different levels of service and different types of service and an explanation of it?
Yeah.
Great.
So 2 different types of agencies. So there's a captive and there's an independent. So captive is going to be more of the Geicos. Okay, they can only sell Geico policies, whereas an independent agency can work with multiple different carriers. So I have the privilege of working with Travelers, with Safeco, with Openly, Universal, Plymouth Rock. And so we can really take all of our information, put it in the system, and find the best price for the best coverage and really the best carrier for the individual and their needs.
And I would imagine this also leads to being able to package maybe different insurance policies.
Absolutely.
If you have auto with insurance, with umbrella.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that that's really helpful.
I mean, we hear bundling all day long. It's on every commercial, bundle,
Sure.
bundle, bundle. I mean, a lot of times, I want to say maybe 90% of the time, bundling is going to make a difference. And again, if you have an agent that you know, like, and trust, they'll also be as transparent as possible. If it doesn't make sense to bundle, the numbers aren't going to lie,
Right.
you know? But it also depends on, is that final number, that final premium number, is that really what you're looking at? Or is convenience also something that you're looking for? Do you want a carrier that's super user-friendly, that has that portal? So there's a lot of different factors that go into it. And, you know, every person has their different criteria of what they're looking for.
Amazing. Emily, this was super helpful. I think we got through a lot of really good questions.
Perfect.
So give you one last pitch. What's your name? Where are you from?
Hello, my name is Emily Jordan. I am with Zellik Insurance in Salem. We are an independent agency, women-led, which is pretty amazing. We work with multiple carriers to really find the best price for the best package, and we focus on education, customization, and really a concierge-style service to insurance to make sure that our clients feel happy and confident in the policies that they have to not only protect their property, but to protect their assets and, you know, their life savings. So, yeah, really happy to be here. Thank you, Blake, so much for having me.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
This is great.
As part of my education, I really like to get in front of, you know, professionals like Emily, so that I can provide all my clients with, you know, the best service and the best up-to-date information. So hopefully I'll continue to do this, or I will continue to do this, and bring more information in front of you as things change in our industry. So thank you again.
Perfect. Thank you.